Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something pretty unusual that happened out in the Red Sea.
Yeah, this incident with the A-18E Super Hornet off the deck of the USS Harry S. Truman.
Right. And when you think about carrier decks, I mean, they're inherently dangerous places, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. You've got jet fuel, live ordnance, aircraft moving fast in tight spaces. It's high risk, even on a good day.
But this wasn't like a launch or recovery mishap, which is maybe what you'd first think of.
No, that's what's so strange. The reports say it fell off while being towed.
And it took the tow tractor with it, just overboard.
Which really makes you wonder what kind of force was involved. I mean, during a usually routine procedure.
The good news, thankfully, is that apparently no one was killed.
That's the critical part. One sailor got injured, but reports say it was minor and they were able to get clear. Speaks volumes about their training, really.
Definitely. And we should remember the context here. The Truman isn't just sailing around.
No, the Carrier Strike Group is actively conducting military operations in the Red Sea.
That group includes Destroyer Squadron 28, 3 destroyers, and the cruiser USS Gettysburg.
That's right. It's a full operational deployment.
And the Navy's been clear that despite losing the Super Hornet, the mission continues.
Yep. Carrier Air Wing 1 is still flying sorties, routine strike missions. They emphasized operations are unaffected.
Shows the resilience, I suppose. And that Air Wing, CVW-1, it's got quite a mix of planes.
It does. You've got the Super Hornets, obviously, but also the Growlers for electronic warfare, Hawkeyes for airborne command and control.
Greyhounds for logistics, the C-2s, and then the Seahawk helicopters for all sorts of things. A floating airbase, basically.
Pretty much sums it up.
So the big question remains, how does a jet being towed just fall off the side?
Well, the Navy hasn't officially commented on the cause. The investigation is ongoing, as you'd expect.
Standard procedure.
Sure. Could be mechanical failure with the tow bar or tractor, maybe human error, or even perhaps unexpected ship movement.
Ah, okay. And that brings us to some, let's call them unconfirmed reports that are circulating.
Right. These aren't official Navy statements, but there's chatter suggesting it wasn't just a simple accident.
What are they saying?
The speculation is that the Truman might have made a sudden, sharp maneuver, possibly to evade a perceived threat.
A threat, like an attack.
That's the implication in these reports, specifically a potential attack by Houthi forces operating in the region.
And didn't the Houthis claim something around that time?
They did. They claim they launched a combined attack, cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, and drones against the Truman and ships nearby. Now, whether that claim is accurate or linked, we don't know for sure.
But if those reports about an evasive maneuver are true, it paints a very different picture.
It absolutely does. It suggests the loss might have been indirectly caused by the hostile environment they're operating in. A sudden defensive turn could, potentially cause something on deck to shift unexpectedly.
Especially something heavy like a Super Hornet hooked up to a tractor.
Exactly. It highlights the immense challenges of running flight ops in what's called a contested maritime environment. You're not just managing your own complex operations, you're constantly watching for external threats.
Even routine tasks like towing an aircraft become higher risk.
Precisely. And losing a multi-million-dollar aircraft, plus essential gear like a tow tractor, even without loss of life, it's significant. It triggers investigations, potential changes to procedures, replacement costs.
It really underlines that these deployments aren't routine patrols. There are real kinetic risks day to day.
And it shows how these asymmetric threats, drones, missiles from non-state actors can impact even the most powerful naval assets.
So, wrapping this up, it leaves us with something to consider, especially for you listening. Thinking about those unconfirmed reports, about a possible evasive turn. How might this increasing complexity of threats, these missile and drone attacks in places like the Red Sea, fundamentally change what we consider normal or routine day-to-day work on the deck of a carrier like the Truman?
That's a heavy question. It suggests the definition of routine might be shifting under pressure.
Definitely something to mull over. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.